Our correspondent Benji Hyder joins us now outside the G7 summit, all nicely wrapped up, and the president will be heading home pretty soon. Just tell us more about the vaccination pledge and how that came about and what sort of support there was for that.
Yeah, well, Boris Johnson opened this summit by saying he wants to build back better, greener and fairer, and that is at the centre point of a lot of the proposals that have come from this summit. As you mentioned there, the top priority seems to be vaccines. The promise we've heard, almost 1 billion doses to be made available in order to reach that goal of vaccinating the whole planet by the end of 2022. However, there is a caveat. First of all, there haven't been a waiving of those intellectual property rights that was pushed for hard by President Cyril Ramaphosa in order to make sure that the countries who are finding it difficult to access or manufacture those vaccines can do so. And secondly, the World Health Organization warning that 1 billion simply not enough. 11 billion is that key figure needed in order to make sure that we can have a world that is universally immunized. Along those lines of building back better and greener and fairer is this rival to China's Belt and Road Initiative, essentially helping fund infrastructure projects in lower income countries. And then there's climate change too. Another big takeaway from this summit is commitment by these leading countries to phase away coal and try to slash emissions, and in doing so make sure that that target of 1.5 degrees Celsius rise in temperatures is not exceeded. Comes amid warnings that this is the pivotal moment in order to make change.
I should imagine South Africa was quite quiet on that one. I know there's also a push for a greener economy. I should imagine, Benji, that the atmosphere must have been a whole lot better this time, the fact that Donald Trump wasn't there.
Yeah, I think that's something that really wasn't forgotten by a lot of people. Of course, this being the first G7 since the Donald Trump administration. Last year's was supposed to be held in the US. It was, of course, postponed due to the coronavirus pandemic. And the mood, well, a lot calmer, a lot more diplomatic, you could say. Joe Biden coming away from this summit saying that there was a kind of an amenable, cordial atmosphere, and we certainly saw that between leaders. That's not to say there weren't disagreements on some issues. There's still this ongoing Brexit row between the UK and European countries, but on the whole, much more consensus than we would have seen under a Donald Trump presidency. Less spats, less rows, and certainly when they had that barbecue on the beach, no salty burns or insults. And that's going to be, hopefully, the US administration hopes, at least the mood taken forward as President Biden then visits the NATO summit. And then, of course, his big meeting face-to-face with Vladimir Putin, where the G7's commitment to democratic values and their condemnation of China's behaviour will really be put to the test.
It'll be good to see that one, Benji. Thanks very much for that update.